Hey, good morning and welcome back to Marketing ADD. I am Dylan Meiselwick and I'm owner and operator of Artistic Development and Design. And today I wanted to get right to it with 1 Million Followers by Brendan Kane. So this particular book actually ended up in my news feed, and typically when books do that, I sort of dismiss them. But it was quite interesting because, the forward on this was from Prince EA, which if you don't know who he is, he's a huge social media influencer. And I've watched him for years now as he's grown, which has been, very incredible to watch how fast that he's grown. But he has made quite impactful content, and because of that, that's, part why he grew so fast. So seeing that forward did definitely grab my attention. So Brendan, definitely great grab on that. So anyways, the ad was one of those ones where it's like, hey, the book's for free, just pay for shipping. So I'm like, might as well. Most of the books I purchase, I try to get on sale anyways. But the reason I wanted to talk about this book today is because this book is very, very specific on what actions to take when marketing. In fact, one of the things that he talked about in here, I'm specifically implementing now with one of my clients. And so one of the things he does talk about in here is how you should, when you're looking to market yourself or advertise yourself, you need to have a goal. And if one of your goals is simply to expand your followers, which is the main part of this book, you need to understand that that's a different objective than selling an object or selling a product or service, right? And so what you want to think about is, what is your objective? Now, you don't need 1 million followers in order to make a sale. In fact, I was just reading this morning that you shouldn't worry about followers if the only objective is sales, because Facebook could shut down tomorrow. What you want to do is collect emails, because email lists are the most powerful for making sales. However, there is a lot of power in having a large follower count, and the main reason for that is that it's social proof that you have been validated by the public. So, for example, let's say you're an artist, music, painting, comic books, doesn't matter. Having a large following proves that your content is worth the time to invest in, to actually watch your videos, look at your artwork, read your comics, etc., read your books. And so that's something you want to think about when you're working on marketing and advertising. Does your follower count matter for the purpose of your main goal? And so one of the things that he talks about is using ads to test to test essentially content that's not intended to sell. So it's value-added content that it can have a call to action, but that's not the primary objective of this content. So, for example, it could be funny videos, it could be educational videos, things like that. Something that provides value to the viewer. Something that, according to another book, is, it has the power to go viral. It has the attributes of a viral content, of a piece of viral content. And so one of the things he talks about is, to push that, you should try to actually take content you think is good and run them what are known as dark posts. And dark posts are Facebook ads that are never posted on your feed or your page or your wall. And the reason you would do that is to test if content is good to begin with. That way, your wall consists primarily of viral content. And the way that you can do that is, this is an example I'm using with a client now. We made a series of funny videos. And that the whole point of it was to introduce the brand, tone and, feel that we want people to have when they see this brand. And by pushing these funny videos with just their little slogan at the end, that was a very powerful way to get an audience to start viewing us. And so by doing it that way, we can actually grow our audience. So later, if we go to try to collect emails, we try to make sales, there's this social proof that, maybe it's worth investing in. So specifically today, I wanted to go over one of the sections of this book talking about a targeting checklist. So for those of you who know how to run Facebook ads, this will be a very simplified version of how to think about who you're targeting. And so he starts off simply, target one, gender. Are you targeting men, women, both? age, younger, older, middle age, all of the above. The next thing he goes, and I actually like that he does this before getting any deeper, because those are very broad topics. But the very next one is, what is your desired marketing goal? Are you trying to increase awareness about your brand? Are you trying to sell a specific product? Are you trying to get people to register for your email list? Are you trying to get more engagement on posts? Are you trying to drive traffic to a blog? Or do you have a different marketing objective? And the reason that that's important is because everything else after that may be relevant to this. So obviously you need a target demographic for your company, for your brand, whatever that is. But you actually need to know what it is you're trying to do with them so that you know what else to target. So the next thing is, where are they located? So for example, it could be as specific as, city, zip code, a town, or you can be broader like a state, a country, a continent, right? You can actually get quite broad with Facebook ad targeting. The next one is interest. Now this one's very powerful because I just started manipulating some of our ads to target various interests, which are much more precise when you're trying to find if someone would be interested in your product, because you don't want to jump into, so there's the concept of the blue ocean and red ocean, and a blue ocean is an untouched market, but the problem is there still needs to be a tint of red in there that someone's going to buy your product, right? You can't just make something brand new that is so absurd that no one can see it fitting in their life. And so he talks about no matter what your product is. So say you're selling sneakers. These are types of questions you want to ask. What type of music do they listen to? What sports do they play? What fashion brands do they wear? What stores do they shop in? What is their routine on a typical day? What events do they go to? What are their values? What kind of hobbies do they have? What are the names of the products they already use? What type of car do they drive? And it goes on and on. Right. And so the one that I actually came across recently, just somebody mentioned something, was magazines. What magazines do they already read? Do the magazines have a big enough following on Facebook that you could target that interest? So those are all things to consider. The next one would be lifestyle information. Are they married, single, divorced? What level of education have they completed? What's their occupation? What's their yearly income? You can get very narrowed down onto what you're trying to target. And then I believe, what is this one? Yeah, the very last one he talks about is what are your top level competitors? Because if they're way above you, you can actually, they might have a brand that's large enough that you can actually target them. So you can, for example, Coke could target people who like Pepsi and send them ads. And so this is a very, it's broad yet precise of enough of a list that I hope that this helps. For those of you running Facebook ads now, what are you targeting? What interests do you think that your potential prospects have? I know a lot of people that, they just target what they are. So say you're a gym and you just target fitness. That's very broad. A lot of people are interested in fitness and don't need a gym. So it's just something to ponder about, something to think about. And, I hope that helps you with your upcoming marketing campaigns as we all start to open up again. Anyways, the book is 1 Million Followers, Brendan Kane. If you want to check it out, I'll put a link in the description. And thanks for stopping by.